This one is like, it's conversational. I want to know what your guys' opinions would be as like future parents, inshallah, someday. You
Inshallah.
guys are gonna be some great dads to some kids, but I need
Some
to know
better
what
than others.
All right, park it.
Who you shooting? Who you shooting at?
No, I'm shooting
Okay.
at
Knowing
I
how,
didn't even know. I didn't even mean it was me.
knowing your relationship with LeBron James being a father, I don't doubt that you'd be.
Even though your father's a great man, I don't know.
saying.
Great role model.
You have an even better one at home, but you don't want to talk about him.
But
Just
that's
his
who you
name's
choose.
Mohammed.
Talk
Right?
about
Just 'cause his name's Mohammed, right?
My actual
Just 'cause
father.
his name's Mohammed, right?
How many times I mentioned my actual father? Every episode.
Is there a number
I need
for
the
your
veteran,
hero?
bro.
Huh?
I need the veteran.
Exactly.
Yes, though.
So then, come on, man.
You're right.
He did more work than LeBron.
But there
He
have
put
been
you on
other
South
role
Korea.
models that I've had.
He's higher all time than LeBron
And what?
in life.
Yeah, definitely.
Man has bodies.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say boys,
Allegedly.
fam. No, LeBron has 40.
Why putting on camera?
Allegedly. I said allegedly.
LeBron has 40,000
I said
points.
allegedly.
Crazy.
I said allegedly.
Compare apples to oranges.
Better than 40,000 points. You know,
Protect their country. 40,000.
40,000 points. Yeah.
You got me there. You got me there.
Thank you. I
All right,
appreciate it.
Without any further ado. All right. So the title of this is as simple as it gets. Am I the asshole for not telling my daughter's phone password to her mom?
Damn. Off the bat?
Off face value, what do you think?
No.
No, what?
Am I the asshole for not telling my daughter's phone password to her mom?
Depends.
Off face value, what would you say?
I want to say, yeah.
Okay.
Dick.
Whoa. Whoa.
Baritone in there. Okay, hold on.
There's emotion in this, eh?
Okay, hold on. Let me read the context for
All
you.
right,
Give
let's
you
go.
guys some real. Get your opinions flowing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I, 39 male, gave my daughter, 10-year female, a iPhone SE 2 days ago. Me and her mother, 37 female, have been separated since she was 5. While my daughter is really into her privacy and she set a passcode on her iPhone, I have the code myself written down on a notebook that includes password just in case she forgets. Yesterday, her mom texted me and asked what the passcode is. I texted back saying, why does she want to know? She said that she wants to check who is in contact with her daughter and what social media she's using. I told her that if our daughter isn't telling her, then she shouldn't think that I will tell her because that kid deserves her privacy. And I can easily check who's in contact with her with me when she visits if anything is wrong, and I can tell her. Well, she told me that we need to know as soon as possible and that she could be foolish and put herself in danger within the time that she's at her place. Our daughter is at her mom's house for 4 days, but I do see her in those 4 days because her school is close enough to my work, and I sometimes pick her up to go to cafes or parks for an hour or two before her mother picks her up. I said, I can check her phone even on the days when you have her because it's on school days. I guess that's like some kind of setting. She got frustrated and told me that she has the right to know and hung up. I asked my daughter if she even wants her mother to know her passcode, and she said that she doesn't know, but she wants her phone to be only hers and less people knowing is better. So, am I the asshole?
That father is delusional. He sounds petty as hell, first and foremost. I
Talk
don't know
about
how they ended.
Talk about it.
Regardless of how they got a divorce or how they split up, one thing they have in common is they have a daughter together, right? And my job as a father and as a mother for her is to make sure that this kid doesn't grow up to be messed up. That's my only job. I might have an actual job where I get paid, but my actual real life goal is to make sure that my daughter is set for life. We agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
And what have we been told since we were in elementary school, fam? There are predators online, you know? And first of all, I get that he's trying to get the opinion of his 10-year-old daughter, fam, but her safety trumps anything, you know? So I don't care if she thinks privacy between her mother and her she doesn't want to get in between that. At the end of the day, myself as a caregiver and the wife as a caregiver, not wife, but the divorced person, our job is to make sure that nothing happens to this kid. And the fact that he's withholding information when 4 out of the 7 days she's with her mom, she could be doing anything on her phone. She has to make sure that whatever is happening is not, there's no target on her back or there's nothing stupid that she's gotten in. And he's not giving her the ability to do so.
Yeah.
Fam, if I was the wife, I'll feel the same way. Like, why would you feel the need to take away my ability to protect my own daughter?
Fair enough.
That's crazy.
Just to add some context, though, I don't think that they're split in like 4 days she has it. I think it's just this week that they're discussing that she was at the mom's house for 4 days.
Nonetheless, I
But
get you.
majority, I think he said in the post itself, said since she was 5, he's been pretty much the sole custody.
But is he with the mom at any point?
Yeah.
Then the mom needs to have the ability to protect her daughter.
Okay.
So
you're saying that
that's information you're withholding, not giving me the ability to protect my daughter.
So you're saying that the primary caregiver does not have any special
No,
privileges or anything like that?
No, at the end of the day, they're both the parents.
Fair enough.
And even if I have her for 1 day out of the week, let's say, I need to know what she's up to, because what if that 1 day of the week is when something stupid happens and a predator gets on her phone, or she's into some stupid shit? I need to be able to know so I can protect my daughter from anything that's happening.
But could there be a scenario where the dad is protecting the daughter from the mom?
But that's a problem on its own. I'm basing this off of every parent should have the right to know what their kid is up to. I think that's your responsibility as a parent.
Right.
To know that what your child is up to and make sure that you protect them.
But in this case, they still do know because the dad has the information.
Yeah, but that's not
Most
right.
parents don't know that.
Yeah. I'm a parent too. Why does your parenthood trump mine?
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I get you. No, 100%. But what I'm trying to say is, just because you got her the phone doesn't mean that the wife, or not the wife, but the ex doesn't have the ability to access what's happening.
Right.
She's my daughter too.
Right.
I have to know what my daughter's doing.
And the daughter saying, no, I don't want to give the permission.
The daughter doesn't get a
choice. Does not matter, right?
Yeah, she's 10. What does she know?
What are you strong-arming the kid for?
I don't care.
In this age, 10-year-olds is 30.
No.
And this kid,
not in my crib.
Not in my crib.
Not in my crib.
Not in my crib.
In anyone's crib.
I mean, not in mine.
Not in mine.
30.
30.
Better bring home the bacon then. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like TikTok, IG, and all that doesn't put these kids on whatever's going on.
No, I agree that they are maturing much faster now than they once were.
I'm not saying they're even mature, because the fact that you know a bunch of things doesn't make you mature. The fact that they're just aware of a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Good way.
And today's age makes it.
If anything, that adds to my point, because if you are aware of much more, there's more to protect you from. There's more out there that can harm you.
No, the only part I was disagreeing with is you're going to speak to the child.
No, I get that. But my thing is, at the end of the day, I'm the parent. What I say goes. I'm going to be super respectful and respect your boundaries and your independency. But if any of that conflicts with my way of protecting you, then that shit is out the window. I don't give a shit. My kid, their protection trumps anything.
But I feel like they're already protected.
Protected by what?
The dad.
You know how many crazy people on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok?
But what is you knowing the passcode gonna do to help the situation if there's no situation to help?
Let me crack you. First of all, I've been researching.
I don't like.
I've been researching.
No, but
there's apps that you can have on your kid's phone that you can monitor what's happening.
Yeah.
Like there's apps also like YouTube that you can have a child lock type of thing,
Right.
I would program that shit on my kid's phone up until a certain age, I'm not going to give them free will to the internet because you don't know what type of business they would get up to.
But again, these kids are advanced. You don't think they can go around that?
Broski, so am I.
Not a 10. Just call me, fam. I got
100%. So am I.
Link me. If they ever get past you,
up here.
If they get past you, link me.
100%. Like, fam,
you too,
I have
brother.
connections.
They ever try to outsmart you? Holler at me.
I'm straight on that.
I got you. Tell them.
I don't like
Uncle Mohammed knows IT, fam.
100%, bro. Fam, I know how to turn off the Wi-Fi in my house to certain devices, bro. You feel me?
Fire.
My kid's not getting Wi-Fi.
Flex on them.
100%, bro.
But like in this scenario specifically, I'm
gonna turn it off. I have the ability.
Is it fair to assume that type of protection and privacy is already being given by the dad in this scenario?
Yeah. No, I also think there's a power struggle here. He doesn't want, in my head, it's like he wants to be the loved parent. Like, clearly there's a connection between him and his daughter where it's like, do you want your...
Well, he's a primary caregiver.
It doesn't matter, bro.
That's
my mom.
That does matter, though.
It matters.
No, it's not.
If you're coming home to
you
one
think a kid
parent,
sees things as primary or secondary?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Are you
no.
kidding me?
What
if you have a dad who's not in your life and you see him like very minimal, then you're not gonna see him as close as somebody who would have a dad.
There was an instance where you said he was with her for 4 days.
Yeah.
Out of the 7 days.
Right.
So there are times when the primary or secondary is thrown out the window. If I'm with
I don't think it's thrown out the window though. If you're going to somebody else's crib, like as like a visitation type shit, then there's clearly a secondary role for that parent, right?
But at the end of the day,
if you're leaving your house,
there's some weeks that I'm with the older parent more than the other parent.
But
I don't know, man.
So that word gets thrown out.
Let's say majority of the year you're with the father, and then a couple weeks you're with the mother. That doesn't change the primary.
That's
still see as a vacation.
There's still a hierarchy in the level of parenting in the kid's mind. You know what I mean?
No,
and it's more times it's usually the mom who's the primary caregiver and the dad is the secondary. So like that's when you see like a lot of like kids that are attached to their moms, you know, like that don't
being
really
attached
have
is fine, fam. By the end of the day, I don't.
But that attachment comes from the
depending on how you treat the kid,
right?
I don't think a kid loves their parents. It isn't like, you know, you might be inclined to like more at a certain age, but at the end of the day, the kids still love their parents. That's not
what you're
trying to say is they like one more than the other.
It's like see one more as parental than the other. You know what they might see one as like their actual parental figure, and then the other one like kind of like an secondary, like an aunt or an uncle type of figure. You know.
Well, that's
if they're not in the home with them, at least, you know.
I'm not in charge of that. You know, I'm whatever. If you're trying to say is they see one more than the other, that's fine. But at the end of the day, how the kid sees the parental figures, cool. But the father shouldn't withhold parental rights in terms of allowing her to have the rights to be over.
But do you think this is a right or a privilege?
No, this is a right.
Why do you think it's a right?
This is my kid.
Why do you think it's a right?
Because I need to know what my kid is up to. Let's say it was me in the situation, okay? Where my wife was the primary and I was the secondary, and I seen the kid 2 out of the 7 days, okay? Maybe on the weekends he was with me.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say she had a phone that my ex-wife gave her, and during the time that she was with me in the weekends, she had that phone. You think I'm not going to get access to that phone? Nah, bruh. I need to know exactly what my daughter is up to in order to and for those 2 days, because for those 48 hours, it is my job to make sure that she's safe.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Put yourself in the scenario where you are that parent, like you're saying right now, right?
Okay.
And then your ex-wife tells you, no, I'm not giving you the passcode, fuck off. How would you go about the situation afterwards? What would be your instinct?
I would throw hell, fam.
What would be your instinct?
My instinct would be, I would rebut to the point that I get it. I would like, I get it, I'm not the primary, and you have more, like, legally, you are the parent that has more power over this kid, but if the kid is not with me, like, I need to figure out how to protect my daughter, and you're not letting me do so. I would have a whole long conversation with my ex-wife to be like, to rationalize. Is it coming from a place of pettiness? Like, why wouldn't you want me to do that?
Let's say the conversation is had and you're not getting access to it. What would be your next move is my question.
I would have to check. I would have to, like, explore my options.
What would be your options?
I don't know. I really don't know, but I would use everything in my disposal, fam.
You know
that's
what I would
child.
do? You know what I would do?
What?
I would finesse the kid to tell me.
Okay, that's
She's 10. She's 10, fam.
Yeah,
I can get her to tell me. What?
Yeah, but they can change the password, fam. It takes 2 seconds, right?
Once I know it, it's up.
All right, fair enough.
It's up. I'm getting it.
Yeah, you're right. But
or not to mention, like, I think a compromise also could be like, leave that phone at home when you're with me. You know, like, just don't bring it.
Like, point to contact the dad and keep contact with the dad.
No, I mean, I would have contact. I would have contact with. I would have contact
the child.
No, the wife.
No, I would have contact with the ex-wife.
Yeah.
And the kid would just leave the phone.
I like that.
Don't bring the phone with you. If I'm not gonna be able to access it, I don't want it in my house. That's kind of the next direction.
That's good in theory, but that's gonna cause a fight initially. After they get used to it and say, "Yo, I'm gonna leave it at home." Initially, the kids are gonna refuse. No,
thought of an idea.
I'm gonna get her another phone.
I'm gonna get her another phone.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna get her a phone. Yeah.
You use that phone over here.
That's a good one.
Since we're playing games like that, me and the ex, I'm gonna get her this one, and you're not getting this password. How about that?
So he got an iPhone 7. You're gonna go 13.
We're getting the 15,
and then
16,
the 17th, bro.
Bringing out the new one,
I'm gonna
bro.
make sure she likes it better.
I'm gonna call Apple. What's your new shit? Get me that.
Oh, you're not giving me the password? Bet. We're going to Apple right now. Bet.
100%, bro.
And then not only that, the kid is gonna sign into her Instagram on that phone, and I'm gonna get the password like that. How about that?
Yo, this is why I have this guy.
Geniusness.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
They can't get us. They can't get us. They can't get us.
It's not like us, right?
They not like us. I'm just saying, bro.
This nigga knows.
Because I'm thinking about the scenario like, all right, I already got told no. Am I gonna argue this knowing I don't have the control here? No. Yeah. I gotta put matters into my own hands.
100%.
You know?
That's a great point.
That's what I would
Where
do.
does it end though?
It ends with me getting the kid a phone and getting.
It's not gonna end there.
I'm gonna get her an iPad too.
Why?
I'm just gonna set up. I'm just gonna set up like.
Well, that's my mind was headed. I was like, I was gonna end up at a car.
Yeah. Or get her a new crib. Like what?
And she could only use the car during the weekend.
Only the weekend. Yeah. Like, I don't want to see your pops in here. I don't want to see your mom in here.
I'm gonna get a Cybertruck next.
Yeah,
100%. Bro.
Just one of them. You know.
Buy her island.
I'm gonna be the primary by the end of this.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like we can win this. We can win this race.
I'm going to law school just to go break this out.
Because you brought up a really good point in the beginning where it's like that's your kid and you have the right over. It's not a privilege like you were saying, right? You have a right to, right?
100%.
But if somebody is withholding your rights from your own kid, I feel like the next step for you is to go and take those matters into your own hands.
100%.
You know,
by buying a phone or by
buying a phone. First, I'm gonna like I said before. First, I'm gonna tell the ex. I'm gonna tell them if I don't have access to this kid's password on the phone, don't bring the phone to this house because that's not right. You know, and I don't agree with that. And if that's the next step, then I'm going to say, okay, since you're here, I have my kid here with me. Since you're here, let's get you a phone. Let's get you a device that you can hang out and play around with and shit like that. Then I'll put my own parental protections on that. You know what 100%. I mean? So it's like, I get what I want at the end of the day. I just got to
So out petty each other.
It's not petty, but I have to.
That's out
this
petty.
Is the thing, though. This is the thing. It's not petty on my end because I didn't do. In my mind, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just trying to.
You're trying to top what they did.
It's not necessarily about them. Look, but this is not necessarily.
No, I'm asking.
But this is not necessarily about them and their actions. This is more so me protecting my kid, like you said. You know, that's my main focus. Is I want to get to know what this kid is doing online. And if my ex is telling me no, I'm not going to give you that right, I'm going to get that in my own hands.
So you buy the iPad, put your own parental control. And view it from that end.
Yeah, because the kid is going to, like a 10-year-old girl is going to be a 10-year-old girl at the end of the day. They're going to want their device to hang out with and play with. And I'm not going to be the person to be like, all right, since your mother is not allowing me to know the passcode, then you can't have fun. I'm not going to be that parent, right? Yeah. So I'm going to still allow my kid to have fun, enjoy their device, but I'm going to get them another device where I can be in control of it too.
Let's say you can do that. But how can you better connect to the child where they just freely tell you that information instead of you having to go look for it?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, there's going to be a divide. In this scenario specifically, there already is a divide, right? Because the kid told the dad the passcode and he wrote it down in the notebook and whatnot.
He created the password, I'm sure.
Yeah, like the kid gave the dad more trust than the mom in this scenario. So there's obviously still that divide, right? Mm-hmm. But it's up to you as the secondary parent to kind of build that relationship to the point where you want it to be, where you can have that dialogue and discussion. So it's going to take you to not necessarily impress them, but get on the kid's better side where they kind of see you as like a parent as well instead of like an external parent type of figure. You know what I mean? So that's up to you to build that relationship and to be in that kid's life when they're with you, right? Mm-hmm. So that is going to be up to the parent. I think that what Warsami was saying earlier was that it's a right for a parent to be protecting their child and what they see online and whatnot. And that's the main focus is to get a hold of that. To get in control of that, and then from there, I guess the relationship with the ex is going to be what it is. But you got to just take matters into your own hands. Is my point.
Agreed.
You know,
very well said.
I think we can leave it at that. What would you say? Is this person the asshole?
I think he's the asshole, 100%.
Okay,
100%.
He is the asshole. Yeah, there's not much argument there.
I'll say the asshole is like
that's my kid, nigga.
You know, he's an asshole, but he's not that smart. You know what I mean?
He's a dumbass.
Like, you're not gonna tell me the passcode? All right, bet. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, bet.
You know? I mean, we do everything we have to do, fam.
I bet then. Say less.